Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths. So all of you that are in pain from the narcissist that was involved in your life, where you're suffering, you're hurt, you're betrayed, and it could be fairly recent that the inevitable end happened. It could be fairly recent. It could have been some time that's passed now. Either, right? What you need to understand is that now it's over. The narcissist desires you more. You see, all you need to do is let them go. You just need to let them go. If you stay in the cycle of pursuing them, chasing after them, craving their attention, desiring their attention, they won't get the realization about the worth that you actually have. They won't get this realization because you're chasing them. This, how's the best way it prolongs their realization. You see, you chasing after them, you calling their phone, you texting them, you contacting them on social media, prolongs them realizing your worth. So all of you collectively as a group of empaths need to know one thing, right? The relationship is over. It's done. It's done. It needs to be done. Full stop. None of you, if you've got any slight inkling or desire in you that still wants to rebuild with this narcissist that was involved in your life, you need to sever that at the root. You need to eliminate that. None of you collectively as a group of empaths need to have the desire to want to rectify the situation, to want to rekindle with them. All of you need to try your hardest to eliminate that. Because this puts out the correct energy. You'll be radiating at the right frequency. You see? Until you reach that point, you see, the narcissist can feel this through energy. E equals MC squared. Everything is energy. So let's just say, for example, you are ruminating about them. That's okay. But just say you are ruminating about them. And you desire them back. You desire to rekindle with them. You desire to rectify the relationship. This is making you radiate at a frequency and at an energy level that is making them seem like they're more important, right? And they'll be able to pick up on these non-verbal cues. They'll be able to feel this in their spirit, The moment that you really close that door slam, bolt and ward it shut, want nothing more to do with them. And it's going to be hard for you, especially those of you that it's early days. It's going to be hard for you to get to that point. But that's why you put in the effort to get to that point. You put in the effort to try and reach that, to try and elevate, to try and advance, to try and ascend to the point of indifference where you no longer care about them, you no longer desire to talk to them, you no longer want nothing to do with them. That's going to put you in the correct frequency, the correct mind state for your heart, mind and soul to be in, right? And all of you collectively as a group of empaths need to be there. The moment that you reach that point is the moment that the narcissist is aware of this. Now, they may pick up on the fact that you've not reached out to them in a long time. They may feel it in their spirit that you've disconnected somehow. And all the while, they're probably entertaining new supplies. Now, I'm not trying to trigger any of you here, but they most likely are entertaining new supplies. Even if they've kept this hidden from you on their social media, That's obviously because they've gone with such a downgrade that they don't want to glorify their downgrade on social media. But some of these narcissists actually try and glorify the downgrade on their social media because they're clinging to the fact that you're so hurt and distraught that you won't see beneath the veil and actually realize that they've downgraded, you see. But once you reach that point, that puts you in a more appealing place for the narcissist. The narcissist that was involved in your life will find you more appealing. They'll desire you more because you finally shut that door, because you finally bolted it, because you finally door slammed them. They'll find you more appealing by you exhibiting these traits, right? When you were welcoming them with open arms, you were trying to converse with them, you were met with a brick wall. You were met with someone that didn't want to entertain the conversation. You were met with disregard, contempt. You were met with negative reactions. The moment that you back away, right, is the moment that it causes them to want to draw nearer to you. Now, some of you really, this is why I'm saying you really need to do it in your heart, mind, and soul, right? If you're in a place, right, for instance, you've door slammed, bolted, and warded it shut, you're not communicating with them, you've blocked them, etc., but still in your heart of hearts, you desire to have some sort of relationship with them, it's not going to work. This has to come from within first. First, your within needs to be in the right place. And what I mean by your within being in the right place is in your heart, mind, and soul, you need to want nothing more to do with them. You need to fight it. You need to wrestle with it. Wrestle with these thoughts. Fight these thoughts. Eliminate these thoughts. Realize that this is a negative energy trying to consume you, right? This is not you. This is the trauma bond. This is, this is the trauma bond, you see, that you're fighting with, that you're trying to overcome, right? You need to eliminate that first before you start seeing, because once you overcome the trauma bond, right, and you reach the point of indifference and you don't care about them, you don't want nothing to do with them, you don't want to speak to them, you don't care who they're with, you really don't care. That is the ideal place to be in, right? And they'll feel that in their spirit. They'll feel it. Everything's connected. Everything's energy. They'll feel the difference. And if they do, you do see them momentarily, or say this was a romantic relationship with this narcissist involved in your life, and you were both raising the children, and you drop them off to raise to pick up the kids or something like that, something of that nature, they'll see the difference in you. They'll feel the difference in you, right? And say this was at work, you know, with a colleague or an associate, they'll feel the difference in you. They'll see the difference in you, right? So have a total overhaul, right? Have a total overhaul. If it's in your means, on the healing journey, if it's in your means, look after yourself. Treat yourself well, you see. If it's in your means, maybe pick up something that you like. Maybe some new clothes. Maybe something you like to do. Treat yourself. If you can, on the healing journey, when you're trying to overcome the trauma bond, do things that you wouldn't usually do. That could involve going to a restaurant by yourself. You see, that could be something so alien to you because you were used to going with this narcissist that was involved in your life, whether it was a friend, family member, colleague, romantic partner, or associate. You were used to going to a restaurant or something like that with this narcissist that was involved in your life. So something like going to a restaurant by yourself could be completely alien to you. But doing that on your healing journey will work wonders, you see. And say you had some new clothes that you bought and you put on the new clothes and you go to the restaurant and you're feeling good in yourself, you see. All of these little subtle things, they're small adjustments, but they will make a huge, big difference in your healing journey, right? they'll feel this. They'll catch wind of you. They'll spy on your social media. If you're on social media, they'll see you in your new outfit at this restaurant or whatnot. They'll be pissed. They'll be resentful, right? You will become more desirable towards the narcissist involved in your life the quicker that you realize that you need to shut that door completely, bolt and weld it shut, right? And be in your heart, mind, and soul certain in your decision. Don't be doubting yourself now. Don't be thinking that, oh, perhaps it could work out with them. Perhaps if you done this or you done that, it could work out. You need to eliminate any types of thoughts of that nature, right? The moment, the reason why this occurs is because the narcissist needs to know, the narcissist that was involved in your life needs to know that you want nothing to do with them. When they feel unwanted, when they feel unneeded, when they feel like they're not desired, that's when reality strikes for them. Up until then, right? If you're staying there hurt, stagnating, suffering, I'm not condoning what happened to you. I'm not condoning what you went through. There's nowhere on earth am I condoning what you went through, right? What I'm trying to say to you is, I want you to make these small adjustments in your life to overcome the trauma bond, to overcome the hurt, to overcome the pain, to put you in a position that is superior, right? Because that is eventually where you become a new version of yourself, version 2.0, right? And you'll be that new version of yourself that doesn't tolerate people of their kind. That's what you'll be. You don't tolerate people of that. You don't tolerate people of that kind. And they'll know that just by the way you carry yourself. You see? Just by the way you carry yourself now, just by the way you perhaps post on social media, because they're watching, you know, they're always watching, they're weirdos. But just you being this new version of yourself makes you more desirable towards the narcissist involved in your life. You know, they'll desire you more. Also, because they've had their time now separated from you. They've ran into the toxic individuals, the fakes, the snakes, the people that are not truly there for them. And they have that on top of seeing you make these adjustments in your life, seeing you shut the door on them. And also them around toxicity and toxic individuals. Their new suppliers, their flying monkeys, around their fakes and snakes. When they had someone who was certified like you, someone who they could trust, someone who they could rely on. They don't have that feeling with these new supplies. They used to have that feeling with you. They knew they could trust you. They knew they could rely on you. You know, they knew they could do that, right? And they got used to it. They were ungrateful. They were selfish. They didn't appreciate you. But they sure as hell appreciate you after you're gone. They sure as hell know what you're worth, your value, everything like that. And the fact of the matter is, what becomes even more painful for the narcissist that's involved in your life is they know that version of you is gone. That version who was coherent towards them, who used to appease them, that used to tiptoe around them, try to keep them happy, try to, you know, really put effort in to keep them afloat. That version of you's gone. You've become this new version, this different version, that's more enhanced version, that's ascended and developed and advanced. Become a new version of yourself that's disconnected from this narcissist that is involved in your life. You see? That's what is the ultimate blow for them. To know that they did have this prize jewel that they treated like trash, that they didn't appreciate, that they disregarded. And now they know it's virtually impossible for them to ever rekindle with you. You see, some of you may have changed your phone numbers. Some of you may have moved location, to get away from them, changed your phone number, stopped going on social media, for instance. Or maybe you block them on social media, or you block them on your phone. This is a crushing blow for them, because this person, which is you, that used to appease them, keep them afloat, make them feel wanted and needed, is gone, never to return. That version of you is something of your past that you won't return to, and you don't need to return to. That's why I said in the earlier segment, the quicker you realize that this relationship is over and it's for the best for you, it's done, it's over, no return, is the quicker you get onto healing. Firmly grasping, and each of you will firmly grasp this at different periods of time, but the quicker that you grasp this concept that it's over, that might be triggering to some of you now hearing that, because still inside of you, in the core of you, you still desire to rekindle with them to some degree, right? But the quicker that you really reciprocate the fact that it needs to be done, it needs to be over, it's for the greater good, it's for the benefit of your well-being, it's for the benefit of your soul, it's for the benefit of your heart, it's for the benefit of your mind, for you to have this disconnection. That's what's best for you. To have this disconnection, to disconnect with them completely, is what is actually best for you. You see? And now it's over. The narcissist desires you more. This is what happens. Now this is what happens. You see? They want what they can't have. The narcissist involved in your life wants what they can't have. And you need to become that version of yourself which they can't have, no matter how hard they try, no matter how many hoovers come your way, no matter what they try to do. You need to become that version of yourself that they can't have. You're no longer in servitude to them. You're no longer going to appease them. You're no longer going to stay by their side. You're no longer going to try and fix the relationship. You're no longer going to reach out and try and fix things. You're no longer going to try and reconcile. You're no longer going to try and do that. You become that version of yourself that does not partake in a relationship with the narcissist involved in your life. You don't partake with the relationship with that narcissist that was involved in your life, and you don't partake in any relationship with any narcissist, full stop. That's the new version of yourself. Perhaps dressed in your new clothes. These small adjustments will make the difference. Having a change of changing up your wardrobe can help make you feel refreshed, make you feel revitalized. You can feel good again. It doesn't just have to be clothes. I've just used that as an example. It could be some things that you like to indulge in, that you buy for yourself. It could be anything, whatever it is that you like to treat yourself with. You could do this and you'll feel like a completely restored individual if you've put in this work, in the inner work of overcoming the fact that you no longer want to be with them. You no longer desire to have a romantic relationship, friendship, family member, colleague, or associate. You no longer desire to have any of these parasites in your life, because some of you have had this from all angles. Some of you have had this from all angles. But you've put the full stop in place and you've completely disconnected. That's what's priority, right? And all of this that I've explained, this will make them desire you more. But please, 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 and I probably should have said this earlier, don't allow your change, your advancement, your ascension, your growth, your healing make you be misconstrued that this narcissist is somehow changed when they reach out with the Hoover. Don't fall for the lies. Don't fall for the BS, right? Make sure you realize that you can never let this parasite back in your life ever again. And you need to firmly grasp that concept going forward. The quicker that you realize and grasp that concept that you can no longer have this individual in your life, no matter how much pain it gives you, no matter how much hurt you go through, you will overcome it. You will become a bright, stronger version of yourself. And this ending of the relationship was for the greater good and for the best for your heart, mind, and soul. So this is the best strategies that you can use, which will help you overcome the narcissist, and as a result will make them desire you more. So if you want to know more about how the narcissist knows it didn't need to end the way it did, click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.